Should rental property be in an LLC? This is a contentious issue. This is an issue that lawyers will debate, and they feel quite strongly about their position. Here are the two sides. On one side, lawyers say, put your rental property in an LLC. So that way, if there's any lawsuit related to the rental property, they can sue your LLC, but they can't sue you. That protects your personal assets. That's very reasonable. And that's a very common approach, but there's also a reasonable argument not to put your rental property in an LLC. Let's say you just have one rental property, and let's say you get $1 million insurance policy on that property. So if there's any lawsuit related to some sort of injury that happens on the property, the insurance policy would cover you. Let's say you also hire a management company, and that management company finds tenants for your rental property and drafts the lease, and the tenants or renters sign the lease with the management company. Well, if there's a lawsuit for breach of contract because the management company did something wrong, the tenant will sue the management company. So as you can see in this scenario, if there's a lawsuit involving breach of contract, it's the management company that gets sued. If there's a lawsuit involving an injury on the property, your insurance company covers it. Why do you need an LLC? In other words, an LLC may be creating additional legal work and expense without some significant benefit for you in that scenario. Now, if you're not going to use a management company, I'd recommend having an LLC because you want that LLC to be the management company so it gets sued if there's some sort of breach of the lease. And I think it's always a good idea to have some insurance on the property. It's usually very inexpensive, like a few $100s per year. And that just gives you the peace of mind to know that your business investment is safe. So, do you need an LLC? That's probably a question for you and your attorney and perhaps CPA to resolve. But at least the general considerations I've mentioned today can inform you on items to discuss when you ask your attorney about whether you need an LLC for your rental property. Also, keep in mind, some attorneys, unfortunately, like to make money. And they might be willing to sell you an LLC by arguing it gives you the most protection. And it's true, it does, but I'm always thinking with my clients, do I need the most protection or should I balance the expense versus the risk? And if there's not a significant risk, I say it's not worth spending a lot of money on the legal fees. Now, is an LLC expensive? No, it's not that much, but it's something. And it comes out of the proceeds of the rental property. So if there's one property and they have a management company and they have an insurance policy in place, I usually say you may not need an LLC. But if you really want to be cautious or you have significant assets or you don't have a management company, then it probably makes sense to have an LLC own your rental property. I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney for business owners and entrepreneurial companies. This has been an educational broadcast. As always, all these issues I encourage you to use as topics to discuss with your attorney, not as a replacement for an attorney. This is educational information to empower you to avoid problems, establish a great company, and hopefully have a better life. You can find out more about me at aaronhall.com.